Cryptology, Reason 5 Industrial Project. Into the prison, the sewer grate, the crushing hell, the dirt and grave. Be a slave. All is not well. The ninth wand is lost in hate. The descending star on my face zooms in and is lost in contemplation. Joy is lost in black and gray, but the seasons flow and wipe them away. And backwards, well, not backwards in order, but backwards in sentences. Joy is lost in black and gray, but the seasons flow and wipe them away. The descending star on my face zooms in and is lost in contemplation. The ninth wand is lost in hate. All is not well. Be a slave. The dirt and grave. The crushing hell. The sewer grate. Into the prison. And what is the video right before that? Dr. John D. painting. Reveals hidden skulls, occult unmasked. I encode messages in my paintings by using different types of paint. I do not do graven images, though. If there are meant to be 16 skulls around him, I would say it represents alchemy and its 16 element type of elemental types. 16 element of element types. Okay. I wouldn't trust a lot of people with the Bible, and certainly wouldn't want to make money off sales of books of forbidden magic, knowing they would or could be used to that end. If the painting of Dr. John Dee was meant to have 19 skulls, that is a number important to monuments like Stonehenge and the moon or sun, and the moon-sun 18.6-year cycle. Edward Kelly is certainly the guy by the bear skull that moves around in Henry Gigi's painting. Haitian voodoo and such are not really the northwestern African religion, but descendants from it, which goes back much further in northeast Africa in their ancestor and demon worship. And, well, it's important for people to know things, but, okay. Islam, the ultimate gift, life-changing speech, wasn't Bilal Assad one of those banished from Denmark for being radical in their promoting good? He is very right in that not following part of a system can take away its noticed benefit in terms of well-being. It is also true that people can sin by disregarding a principle of a type of behavior while following others. I agree that corruption and cure can both take time, but the restoration can be easier on a person in the short run, too. Islam is a gift for all ages and nations, in every category, equal or greater than all other paths. Every bit of life can and should be in this surrender to God. We don't have to be in anything but that submission. And don't let things confuse you. I'm all for freedom of thought and freedom of religion. Forbidden is just a choice of, oh, well, this is wrong. What magic is not. The ancient Egyptians spoke of seher, as something real instead of terms like pagan and heathen used by Christians as hate speech. Witchcraft and such terms were not originally as insults, but real terms, used properly, and as accusations. I don't think the suppression of categories of being is being suppressed as much as what is contrary to their order. Amma Azazel Draconis is right in that magic is about development, but there are types and context that are evil. And let's take a peek over here to see what the next video is. Why I stopped taking bipolar meds? Okay, I'll talk about that, what that person said. Statistics show that bipolar people who never take medication are safer. The two highest risk times for people of all psychiatric conditions is withdrawal time, and on medication is next. They make people fear losing their ability and losing their mental illness. But that is not true for those who fix their chemical balances and are disciplined. People who take psychiatric medication are usually the same types of people who drink and use other recreational drugs. And sometimes they quit all that because they're like, oh, I got some good meds now, so I'm doing the same thing. Consider different options, people, other than just drugs. The people is clear in condemning even those who are not like that in their intoxicant use. The final testament clarifies the issue in removing condemnation for people who consume sinful things when for survival, and not just wanting to experience different. Bipolar medication is still not about fixing the chemical imbalances, but suppressing alleged symptoms, or being the sort of upper or downer drug abusers do instead of dealing with themselves or being disciplined. Drugs make your system worse off, particularly in the long run. You can tell that medicine has damaged her already. I would bet money that discipline and regarding input would be better for her than any drug in terms of sleep and mood. Thoughts and feelings do not remove moral responsibility or need repressed, and that is not healthy. Drug use, birth control and psychiatric medicine too, syndromes are the most common mental illnesses. Questioning authority for its own sake is wrong. As far as a guy, a woman generally needs a guy who will both realize her benefit and want to help her, instead of merely care for her and try to have her personality drugged into an ideal almost never reached for even a short time. John Dee, Rare Library Expo, reveals early writings on Enochian magic, alchemy, and spirituality. And I think there's more to come be shown. Not just through experience of working the angelic atomic material. As much as I center on Enochian, the context of John Dee is important in its various details. The theft of books from John Dee, while he and Edward Kelly were traveling Europe, probably includes unpublished Enochian material or other spiritual records in his records. The picture from the Wellcome Collection in London may be more interesting than the latter painting of John Dee as a court magician. Systematics of consciousness. Oh, this was a Magical Egypt promo, I think. Yeah. From the different soul types in the Egyptian hieroglyphs, to the states and stations of alleged Orthodox religion, to the planes of the New Age movements, I think that only those ignorant of spirituality and psychology lack the awareness to know consciousness can be looked at in terms of levels or parts. Satanism and tolerance. Okay, that is the next video.